My eyes opened, but it was not my bedroom I saw. Bright sunlight hit my face. The world was made of blocks, square trees, square clouds. I sat up and looked at my hands. They were square too. Everything felt so strange, so new. I was not dreaming, this was real. I could feel the blocky grass beneath my fingers. I stood up slowly, my mind racing with questions. Where was I? How did I get here? A feeling of confusion washed over me, a deep sense of being lost in a world that felt both familiar and completely alien at the same time. This was not a game. I was here. I was alive. Then I saw someone else, a person with bright orange hair and green eyes. She looked just as confused as I felt. She was looking at her own square hands, turning them over and over. "Hello?" I called out. My voice sounded normal, but it echoed in the wide open space. She looked up, startled. Her name was Alex. We walked towards each other, our blocky feet making soft sounds on the grass. We didn't know each other, but in that moment, we were the only two real people in this strange, blocky place. A silent understanding passed between us. We were in this together, whatever this was. We decided to explore this new world. The sun was high in the sky, a perfect square shining down on us. We saw trees with blocky leaves and brown trunks. We saw pigs and sheep, all made of blocks. It was like stepping into a video game, but with real feelings and real thoughts. I could feel the warmth of the sun and the light breeze. Alex pointed at a tall mountain in the distance. It looked like a giant staircase leading up to the sky. We knew we couldn't just stand here forever. We had to do something. We had to find answers. Our first instinct was survival. I looked at a tree and had a strange thought. I needed wood. I didn't know why, but the idea felt right. I walked over to the nearest oak tree, and without thinking, I started punching the trunk. It felt weird, but chunks of wood broke off and floated in the air. Alex watched, then copied me. Soon we had a small pile of wood blocks. We looked at each other, a small spark of achievement in our eyes. We didn't know what we were doing, but we were doing something. This was our first step in a world that was becoming more mysterious by the second. With our pile of wood, a new idea popped into my head. I could make something. I took a block of wood and imagined it turning into planks. In my hands, it happened. The solid log split into 4 perfect wooden planks. Alex gasped. She tried it too, and her log also became planks. It was like magic, a magic we were just starting to understand. We felt a small thrill of power. We were not helpless. We could change this world. We could build. We could create. This simple act of crafting filled us with a sense of hope we desperately needed. We didn't stop there. We turned more logs into planks. Then I imagined the planks forming a square table. A crafting table appeared right in front of us. It had a grid on top. We knew, somehow, that this was important. This table was the key to making better things. We placed it on the ground, and it felt like we had built our first piece of this new world. Alex gathered more wood while I started to think about tools. We needed something to help us, something better than our bare hands. The sun was starting to move across the sky, and a feeling of urgency began to grow inside us. As we worked, strange things started to happen. For a split second, I saw a figure standing at the edge of the forest. It looked like me, but its eyes were pure white and glowing. When I blinked, it was gone. I told Alex what I saw, and her face went pale. She said she had seen something too, a flickering shape that moved between the trees, almost like a glitch in the world. We called this figure Herobrine. A moment later, a block of dirt near us turned into a strange, glitchy block before changing back. A cold fear ran down my spine. We were not alone. Another strange figure appeared on a distant hill. This one was tall and black, with a terrifying, twisted smile. It stared at us for a moment before vanishing. We later learned this was called Entity 303. These sightings made us work faster. We used the crafting table to make wooden pickaxes. They felt solid and real in our hands. We used them to dig into the side of a small hill, carving out a simple shelter. We knew we needed a safe place before the sun went down completely. The shadows were getting longer, and the world felt much more dangerous than it did just a few hours ago. As the square sun finally set, the world changed. The friendly light was replaced by a dark, spooky glow from the moon. Strange sounds echoed from the darkness. Groans, rattling bones, and hissing noises filled the air. We were inside our small dirt hut, with only a tiny opening to peek through. We had managed to craft a wooden door just in time, and we shut it tight. Our hearts were pounding in our chests. Every sound from outside made us jump. This was our first night, and the fear was real. We were trapped in our little shelter, hoping the night would pass quickly. Suddenly, we heard a loud thud against our door. Then another. We peeked through a small crack and saw them. Green creatures with sad faces were walking towards our hut. Zombies! Behind them, skeletons with bows and arrows were taking aim. And then we heard the dreaded hiss. Sss. A creeper was getting close. We had no weapons except for our wooden pickaxes. We had to fight. We had to survive. Alex and I looked at each other, our eyes wide with fear, but also with determination. We were not going to give up. Not now. The door splintered and broke. A zombie stumbled in. I swung my pickaxe with all my strength, and the zombie fell back, disappearing into a puff of smoke. Another one came, and Alex took it down. We worked as a team, covering each other's backs. A skeleton shot an arrow that whizzed past my head. We were clumsy and scared, but we were fighting. We pushed back the monsters one by one, defending the entrance to our tiny home. The night felt like it would last forever. Every monster we defeated was replaced by another. Our pickaxes were starting to crack and break. Just as we thought we were doomed, we found something strange. While digging deeper into our hut to make more space, my pickaxe hit something that wasn't dirt or stone. It was a block that glowed with a strange, glitchy light. It pulsed with a weird energy. I broke it, and a small, cube-shaped object fell out. It was a glitch core. At the same time, Alex found a dark, blue-green crystal shard embedded in the wall. It hummed with a quiet power. A Sculkite fragment. We didn't know what these things were, but holding them made us feel a little stronger, a little safer, as the sounds of monsters continued outside. As the first blocky rays of sunlight appeared over the horizon, the monsters outside began to burn and disappear. The terrible sounds of the night faded away, replaced by the calm sounds of the morning. We had survived. We were exhausted, bruised, and our shelter was a mess, but we were alive. We looked at the strange items in our hands. The glitch core pulsed with a chaotic energy, while the Sculkite fragment seemed to absorb the light around it. These were not normal Minecraft items. They were something more, something powerful. We walked outside into the morning light. The world looked peaceful again, but we knew better now. This place was not just a collection of blocks and simple creatures. It was alive. It had secrets and dangers we couldn't even imagine. The strange figures we saw, Herobrine and Entity 303, were not just random glitches. They were part of this world's mystery. And then we heard a new sound, a horrifying shriek from the deep caves below. We felt a vibration through the ground, a sign of something new and terrifying waking up. A Sculk Phantom, holding the glitch core and the Sculkite fragment, we felt a connection to the world around us. It was as if these items were keys unlocking a deeper understanding. This world was not just a place we had woken up in. It was a living, breathing entity. It had a pulse. It had a will, and it seemed to be reacting to our presence. The dangers were not random. They were challenges. The mysteries were not just confusing. They were invitations to explore deeper and learn more about this incredible place. We looked at each other, no longer just two confused people. We were survivors. We were a team. The fear from the night was still there, but now it was mixed with a sense of wonder and determination. This world was a puzzle, and we had just found the first few pieces. Our adventure was only just beginning. We knew we had to get stronger, smarter, and braver. Together we would face whatever this living world threw at us. We would uncover its secrets, and we would find our place in this grand, blocky mystery.